Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. It's time to turn it up and let the music flow. Step behind the curtain, take a front row seat. Talking rock and roll, got the stories on repeat. From classic hits to brand new sound, we're digging deep where legends are found. The show, let's go. Dr. Rock's backstage pass. Yes, yeah. We're talking concerts, riffs, and tracks. Oh, from past to present, the music lasts. Turn it up, let's have a blast. Let's play. From vinyl spins to streaming waves, chart toppers, deep cuts, the songs that stay. If you've got a band, let's hear your sound. Songs that stay. If you've got a band, let's hear your sound. We'll crank it up and break it down. Let's rock, let's rock. It's time for the show, let's go. Dr. Rock's backstage pass. We're talking concerts, riffs, and tracks. From past to present, the music lasts. Turn it up, let's have a blast. Let's party. What's your favorite? What's the best show? What's the top track? Let's roll it back. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Dr. Rock's backstage pass. Let's ride. Music memories come alive. New tunes, old grooves, rockin' blast. Welcome in your VIP class. And now it's showtime.
Alright. Just make sure here. Yeah, you guys are perfect in camera. Excellent. Holy shit, this is a privilege for me, guys. Welcome to Dr. Rock's Backstage Pass, where music talks back. I'm your host for the evening. Well, it's evening. Just say it's evening.
It's something.
And I have some great guests with me here today. I've got, actually, Mikey, what is your last name?
Anger.
Mikey Anger.
Yep.
Mikey Anger and Dalles Jacobus are in from Nashville to hang out in the frozen tundra of Minnesota here, if you want to call it. It's been butt-ass cold. You guys came up at the wrong time. That's all right, though.
Yeah, well, I feel like right before we left you, we went through that big crazy ice apocalypse in Nashville, so we're kind of at least a little used to it.
Yeah, not much.
Yeah.
So, what I have today is I have two musicians here from the great city of Nashville. They're up here, and they agreed to come on to the podcast. So we're gonna just talk bullshit music today. That's all we're gonna talk about. That's what the show is all about. So, Dalles, I want to start with you. What was your first fascination with music? When did you discover that you loved music and you wanted to now, of course, do it as a career?
I guess, I don't know if there was ever a moment. I think it was always kind of one of those things with sports and athletics. Like, obviously, I grew up playing sports, played college football. Music was always my easy thing. Like,
Sure.
You know, I was always, the team captain of the football team. Like, I was always team captain of the wrestling team. Like, I was, excelling at track, and there was always the pressure of, be great, be great, be great there.
Yep.
And I could go into music, and it's not like,
Sure.
it's just music. It's like
It's
I'm
just music.
Yeah. And I think that's kind of, it's always been like a sanctuary for me, if that makes sense.
Trust me, you're absolutely barking up the right tree on that one. That music is my sanctuary. I've got stuff all over the room here that just reminds me every day that music is what my world revolves around, is music. If I was to go deaf, I don't know if I could make
Yeah.
it, honestly. I mean,
I relate to that. I can relate to, yes.
so
Yeah.
Mikey Anger here, just met you. I've known Dalles for many years, but I just met you yesterday, and I immediately knew that I was gonna be like, yeah, this guy's cool.
I appreciate it.
He
Same.
can come hang out anytime. Same question to you. What is your background in music? When did you discover music, and what brought you to where you are today, up on the stage?
You know, it's kind of a similar path of Dallas too, but starting off, I think my first memory wasn't even really my own memory. It was like what my grandma and my mom told me, like, I think I was like 2 or 3 at the time, and Tom Petty put out his greatest hits album, and Mary Jane's Last Dance was on there, and that
Great
music
tune.
video was like always on
Oh,
MTV.
always.
And I just, apparently, like, I would, every time that would come on, like, I would just, no matter where I was at, I would like end up in front of the TV.
Sure.
So, like, that was even before I was even aware of who I was as a human.
Yeah.
But around the age of 7, like, I did sport, soccer was my thing, like that.
Sure.
I got up to the point where traveling, like, I didn't do this college scholarship thing, because I turned that down, because I just, like 16, kind of hit a breaking point where it was too much, like, stress, like he was saying too. It's
Yeah.
like, there's a lot of pressure. And
A lot of pressure.
I quit that doing like ODP at 16, and my thought was, like, guitar never made me feel like that,
Yeah.
like, ever. And it's good to feel uncomfortable too, like, soccer, like, helped mold me who I am for sure, but
Sure.
music has always been like that, like the sanctuary in a way.
Second time that's come up. You know what though? It is true. The amount of pressure. I was an athlete all my life too. I played baseball, hockey, football. Was too short for basketball at the time. And maybe something else that had to do with that. But anyway, and the pressure was always there to be the best. You got to be the best, and if you're not the best, and it takes the love out of what you're doing. Where with music, I can't play an instrument. I've tried, but I can feel when that singer is singing something to me, and I can hear that guitar player's anguish that he's playing in that song, and I can hear that pocket just keeping a perfect beat. I hear all those things, so to me, it is my sanctuary. When I'm having a bad day, I pretty much walk right by the wife. I come downstairs, I turn that stereo on in the Zen Den, and I sit for an hour and I decompress and let all of that shit go. And then I come upstairs, I'm like, hey, what's going on? She knows if I don't even give her a kiss, I'm just leave me alone, let me go down and go to the bat cave down here and change.
Back cave is perfect.
It is dark down there.
I love it though. It's such a, it really does.
Oh, we were just talking, we were like, that was exactly what I needed.
Dude.
Yeah, so well, I appreciate the fact that I have somebody here that can appreciate that room, because I don't have many people come over, and so the people that do come over that enjoy music as much as I do, and they get to experience that room for even that hour that we were in there, it just makes life so much. I'm ready to go on for the rest of the day now, man.
Yeah.
No, I feel
Ready.
it is why I told Dallas, like, don't get me wrong, I'm tired from the travel days and like the shenanigans from yesterday.
A little bit of
But
shenanigans
like,
last
just a little
night.
bit, a little dose,
Love
you know, a
it.
little, and I, like, just sitting there, it's like mentally I'm recharged,
Yeah.
refreshed. And but physically, like I said, it is a different, but man, I'll take being mentally refreshed over physically any day.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Like, physical, it's like, that goes to all being a sports too, like you
Yeah.
can,
Yeah.
but mental, it's just a whole different thing, dude.
It's a
It
whole
really
different,
is.
it's a whole different ball of wax when you can, you know, I'm 54 years old, my body's tired, alright? I'm not gonna lie.
I'm 34 and I'm tired, so like, I
And-
can't.
27.
But, you know, my brain, because I am able to let go for all that daily pressure every day, I can let go of it. You know, I still think I'm 35 years old, you know, I start lifting heavy shit, and about 5 seconds into it, I'm like, that was a dumbass thing. What am I doing?
Whose idea was this?
Yeah, whose idea was this to move that? Oh, hey, it was mine.
Wait a minute.
Because I think I'm 20 again. You know, I found music. I found music at an early age. My dad was the guy that had the $10,000 stereo with the crates of records and stuff like that. So I found music when I was a kid, just because of my father. He would throw these hellacious house parties on weekends. Well, I learned that if I stood over by the stereo, and when the record was done, and I flipped the record over and put the needle on it, people were throwing me nickels. Keep the music going. So I started to appreciate the fact that I was making money. I was like, okay. So then I would start going through my dad's records, and I would be like, oh, I like the cover on this one. We'll play this one next. And sure enough, comes another nickel for keeping the music going. So
That's
on
awesome,
a weekend,
though.
on a weekend, I would make, you know, $3.
Yeah.
Well, for
Dude.
1978, $3, man. I went to the Tom Thumb down the street,
Yeah.
spent all kinds of money.
Yeah, dude, like, and how
Had
old were you at
friends.
the time?
7.
Yeah, so 7 years old.
Fucking Skittles up.
Yeah,
Bro.
some Snickers bars, and then
Like-
they had a Galaga machine. I remember they had a Galaga machine in there, and I would play like $1 worth of quarters on that, because you know $3, it went a long way, but man, you had to drop a quarter in something. You had to make sure you were getting your money's worth.
Yeah. It is
Um,
wild how just different it is now. Like, I'm glad that I was at least alive before the internet and I got to have a childhood before
Yeah.
all that. Because now everyone's just it's so much dopamine, like, accessibly.
It's
insane.
unbelievable.
Like, you would have to walk and like down the street to go and play a game in it, but like, that's so much work to get there. And then you finally put the quarter in. And now it's like, oh, I can just be on my phone and
phone.
look up anything and play anything. Like, that's why people, yeah. And
Yeah,
that's
like
why-
when we were driving today, you were like, "Oh, I've never heard that song." Doop, there it is
Boom.
for you.
And no,
You know,
you're
back
right,
in the
I'm
day, I would
grateful.
have
Yeah.
to flip through that CD binder. Okay, let's see, it's on disc 114. You know,
Yeah.
but we remembered what disc it was on when we burned those CDs back in the day before we had all the streaming services.
100%. And don't get me wrong, like, I love the technology, and I'm blessed, like, that,
Oh.
but I do feel for, like, the younger generation being surrounded by this. Like,
Yeah.
growing up, I wouldn't know what to do. You know?
I appreciate the technology, because as a music fan, I can experience more music
Sure, 100%.
that I may not have, you know, like, bought the CD back in the day because, you know, I was like, I don't know if I really like that band. Now I can go back and go, oh, fuck, did I miss out on that band? Man, we were talking about that on the car ride. There was a couple of bands that, like POD.
Yeah.
I never really, I mean, I heard Alive and I heard Boom, but I was like, yeah, it's like every other. Oh yeah, my wife made this table,
This
by
is
the way.
awesome.
This is a one-of-a-kind piece here. These are all album artwork from different albums from a book that I have up there, 1,000 record covers. So yeah, all the CDs. I didn't even show you my CD collection before we came in here.
So epic.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, I would love to see. Yeah, I mean,
Oh, I
This
used
is
to.
so cool.
Yeah, there's Full Moon Fever, Meatloaf.
this is
Europe.
distracting me.
See, this goes back, this is a
Phenomenal.
perfect thing, like with the technology, like, people don't know how to be bored, like,
Perfect.
but we can
What's
just be
that?
sitting here and be like, oh, that's funny, here's a whole new conversation.
Yeah,
Or-
there's Cheap Trick.
Yeah.
Or Cheap Trick. Cheap Thrills. That's Janis Joplin with Big
Yeah.
Brother and Holding
Yeah.
Company right there. Of course, the four Kiss
And-
solo albums.
What's crazy, didn't they re-release this without the Flames?
They
after
re-released
the
that,
plane crash?
because the main guy is the guy engulfed in flames, Steve Gaines.
No, no,
Yeah, so they released it
and
with
they
just the
redid it.
black cover on the back, no flames.
Cause like, yeah, and I'm pretty sure he predicted that his own death.
Yeah, he did. He predicted his own death, and
Spoke it into existence.
yep. He
And
knew.
Back in Black.
Back in
Literally,
Black.
that is because we were talking. I think Dalles mentioned that or something. I was talking to someone about Back in Black.
I'm talking to, Tato.
Yes,
Yeah,
like that was like
1980, man.
the first CD that it like 6 years old, being on a bus going to the zoo.
Yep.
And my buddy handed me his Walkman, and he's like, "Check this out." He's like, "I'll start it for over," and I'm like, and that kicked in, and I got off. I couldn't even focus at the zoo. I told my dad, "Yeah,
Yeah.
like absolutely, like grabbing that. It took over my, and then yeah, that's definitely probably what kickstarted all that for me too. But going back to you, even like being bored, people don't know how to be bored. That was like the best way to put it. Like,
Yeah.
You know
and I'm
how
guilty of that sometimes too. You know,
it
Like,
took, well, she painted, so this table was like white or something. She painted all of the colors on there because when it was in the other room and I had the black lights on, the orange and the green and the yellow would glow, but
Yeah.
I moved it in here, and then I cut out all of the album covers and laid them down, and then she did the CDs, and then she laminated it, or laminated, epoxy.
Epoxy, yeah.
Yeah.
dude, this is phenomenal.
Yeah, thank
And
you.
what's crazy is my buddy who.
Oh, you got your Hootie and the Blowfish right over there by your pop
Oh,
can.
yeah, there it is.
Hoochie and the Blowjobs.
Hube and the Stankfish.
Yes. All right, so back to, I was telling my story about being 7 years old and making money doing this. I told you my first concert experience was Frank Sinatra, Dean
Mhm.
Martin, Sammy Davis Jr., same era of my life. So I was already getting influenced with music from my dad's side, and then my grandparents introduced me to this whole jazz era, which is, to me, one of the best eras of music. But I tried every instrument I could. I just can't do it. I did actually started in radio first. I was in radio for 3 years.
Where at? Like local,
Here.
like here?
Yeah, up in the north, community radio. So I did a Sunday night show where I just freeform, just played whatever I wanted. There were nights where, like you saw my Beastie Boys shirt last
Yeah.
night. There was one night where I played nothing but 3 hours of Beastie Boys.
That's so sick.
And I was getting phone calls from people going, "Oh my God, next week you got to do a Green Day. Just
Yeah.
do an all Green Day night." I'm like, "All right, yeah." So I was taking,
That's
on
actually
community
dope.
on community radio of all things.
That's dope,
Nobody
man.
listens to community radio at 10 o'clock on a Sunday night.
Apparently, some people do.
So I actually, great story about that too. So my wife, the one you met last night, her daughter used to listen to my radio show and actually recorded one of my shows on cassette. She gave it to me and she said, "You gotta listen to this. This is from you from 1992 on the radio." And I was Magic Mike at the time. So I had that shit before, what's his name?
He's Channing Tatum. That's so funny.
I was
dude.
the original Magic
You're the
Mike.
OG.
And my voice was so bad. "Hi, this is Magic Mike on I was so bad. But I've always had that love for music, and I knew I had to be involved in it, so that's how I started my career. Yeah, besides that, I was in theater and stuff like that, in choir and stuff like that in school. But I want to get back to you guys, because it's not about me, it's about you two being
No, but it's nice though because, like, my dad is the same way. Like, no one plays music on my dad's in my family really.
Yeah.
Like, and well, my dad used to travel around and follow the Grateful Dead and stuff. But his garage is like so much. It's so similar to your Gen Dad.
Sure.
Like yours is like way more like that, but that's his hang spot. So it's like when I go home, we just sit in the garage and literally put on albums
Yeah.
and like music, and he can't play anything, but it's in him.
It's in me.
And like some people have that, and it's like there's this really important to share your love for it with the world, even if you're just gonna have to find a way to do it, sometimes.
I've had my grandkids down here, all of them smoke weed, so
CBD.
so they understand the room, and I should say all of my adult grandkids, not to all the grandkids.
You're smoking. You're
I-
like it. It's in the family. He's
Look,
like
You've been
5.
around for 6 months, it's time for you to grow up.
Right, grow up. Get yourself a job.
If you could crawl.
That's right.
You can bet.
That's right. If you can crawl, you can eat that gummy.
Yeah.
No, we do not condone.
No, we don't do that.
No, we do
People
not
does.
condone people using that are not of age. So I'm just saying. Anyway, my adult grandkids that are of age that can smoke, that do smoke, now I've got to censor myself and shit. Have been down here, and they've all said the same thing. "Grandpa, I think we get our love of music from you." And it's like, well, you've been influenced by it because of me, but none of them are biological. So
Yeah.
you didn't get it genetically from me. You
Yeah.
got it from me because you saw,
Influenced
influenced you. Because, I mean, there was stuff playing that I didn't expect my grandkids, they're like singing along to it. I'm like, holy shit, either I'm old or they're really good at music, because they should know that stuff, so.
It's odd as I'm getting older too, I'm like looking back on life and the sayings you always hear, and there's the simple ones, but it's every time it's so true though. Like even you're like the sum of the 5 people you hang out around the most.
Yeah.
And it's like it's so real. Like it's really important to surround yourself with like positive influence, and like because I've been over my life been guilty of just like getting influenced by people that didn't have their best interest in me.
No.
You know, but you are who you are around. So like you being there and giving them that outlet is huge, dude. Like,
Well, and they know that's a safe space. I mean, we've talked about some stuff in there that they probably wouldn't talk to me about if we were sitting upstairs on the couch.
yeah,
You know,
It's
and
awesome,
I
man.
appreciate the fact that they were able to confide in me and stuff, and knowing that, you know, I'm not really like the grandpa. I'm more like the really
Cool uncle?
cool uncle that always smells different. You know? Because, you know,
it
I don't.
smells like Slim Jims today.
Yeah, Why does he smell like Pop-Tarts?
Is it Wildberry?
But I don't want to be a grandpa, you know?
No.
I mean, I do. I mean,
Yeah,
I
but-
love my grandkids, but I don't want to be looked at when they go, oh, we're going over to Grandpa's house. I want them to go, fuck yeah, man, we're going to Grandpa's house today.
I wish, yeah, I never had that.
You know, and it's going to be sad, you know, but they're all growing and they all have their own lives, you know? So when we move back to Florida, they're just going to have to come down and hang out with Grandma
Oh
and Grandpa in
no,
Florida.
not Florida.
Not Florida.
Ew.
In January. Oh,
Ugh.
darn. You know, and it's great that I have you two here today too, because more than likely this is probably going to be the last podcast for a very long time. And
Well,
so
we
I
just
get
have to come down to Florida.
You're
and
just
do
gonna
it.
have to come down to Florida, and we'll have 3 extra
Yeah.
bedrooms. So you guys will. I mean, of course, you guys are more than welcome to come down to Florida and hang out. I'll introduce you to a bunch of really wild.
We should do a show together where like maybe you do like the intermission between the
Yeah.
sets and we like tag team it,
That'd
and then
be
you can go
cool.
up and sing some with us while we play.
Yeah, that's.
That would be fire. We could do Inside Out. We know that.
I do know that.
Let's
yeah.
go.
Go Hawks.
Go on. Dude, you need to get a soundboard of the.
Hey, yeah, go Hawks.
That was good. I was waiting. I was waiting for one of you two to do it. I was like, all right, fuck it, then I'll do the Go Hawks then. All right. Yeah, and of course the Clear Lake, Iowa poster right in the middle of the day the music died. Buddy Holly, Big Bopper, Richie Valens. Sad day. I love that poster because that was the last concert they ever played, and it had happened in Iowa, of all places. You know, couldn't have.
Couldn't have been like Akron, Ohio, or something.
Yeah, no shit, no. On their way to Grand Forks, I believe it was Grand Forks. It was either Grand Forks or
Was it all of them?
Big
That-
Bopper, Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, and
They didn't all die in the crash, did they?
yeah,
Dang.
yeah,
I
yeah.
thought I knew Buddy Holly did, but I didn't know about the other
And
guys.
Buddy Holly's bass player was Waylon Jennings. Waylon
Yeah.
Jennings was actually supposed to be on the plane, but he flipped a coin with Richie Valens because Richie Valens had a cold, and Richie Valens won the seat. So we could have lost Waylon Jennings before he even had a career.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, and the Big Bopper wasn't supposed to be on it either. It was actually just Buddy Holly and the Crickets were going to be on it, but the Big Bopper paid $50 or whatever to have the seat. So yeah, it's a sad.
Worst
sad story.
$50 ever.
Worst $50 ever. Hey, coin flip too. I mean,
Yeah, shit.
you know.
A nickel, dude.
Richie Valens, he was revolutionizing music, man. And just imagine what
I'm
he
not sure if I've ever.
La Bamba,
Oh, la,
Dama.
la, la, la,
yeah.
la. That song.
Oh,
Mickey, Mickey
He did
Martin.
that. He did that.
Yeah, it's Ricky Martin, right?
Go.
Okay. Go ahead, go.
He did another cover of a Buddy Holly song, I believe it was called "Come On, Let's Go." Great song, great song. Huge influence on the blues from down there in the South. So, Richie Valens, great voice lost. Of course, Big Bopper was more of a comedy act with the Chantilly lace and stuff like that. But just imagine where music would be if Buddy Holly would have lived, because he was cutting. He was the best. Anyway,
Yeah, Peggy Sue.
Peggy Sue.
That song.
Peggy Sue.
My Peggy, my Peggy.
The Crickets though, they could have done better with that.
Yeah, really, I know.
That's fun.
So what I want to know is, now you're both in Nashville, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're playing country music. Are you still playing are you still doing solo shows and stuff like that with your originals and all that stuff?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
so there's a lot of like writers rounds that we'll play.
Sure.
And those are usually just solo, like writers rounds. If you don't know what writers rounds are, it's literally just 3-4 people sit up on stage, and each one plays a song, and they go back around. Each one plays a song, go back around, and it's all original stuff.
Okay.
I know you know. I was just explaining.
No, that's the
Yeah.
the audience needs
Yeah.
to know if they didn't know.
So yeah, that's where most of the original music happens, and then we play Broadway together,
Okay.
and that's all over the place.
Yeah.
My favorite thing to say is we'll start a show with Randy Houser and we'll finish it with Disturbed.
Perfect.
Yeah,
we've done
it
that.
is honestly my
We
favorite.
did that on a Wednesday once.
Yeah.
I've been to Broadway. I actually was, Mary and I were on our way to Georgia, and we're outside of Nashville, and she's like, you know what? Can we stop in Nashville just to walk the strip? I was like, yeah, absolutely. I said, fuck, I'm just on a road trip. It's not like we had plans to be anywhere, so we stopped. Well, we picked the wrong night of all nights because it was the night of the CMA Awards.
Oh.
And
Yeah.
it was just an absolute zoo down there, because this was
Yeah.
probably like 10:30,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right when it's out.
right when it's out.
Traffic
We ended
is
up
brutal.
parking, yeah, we were pulling a
It's
trailer,
so
so we ended up parking like 6 blocks away.
Yeah.
But experiencing it was absolutely amazing, because it's like, oh my God, if it's like this all the time, this is ridiculous. I
Yeah.
couldn't handle it. Because I
Yeah.
had honestly once thought about going to Nashville and doing my show in Nashville, but with, obviously more country music in it.
Dude, you killed on there, honestly. Like, especially with how many bars there are now, and
Yeah.
how spread the talent is. Like, bars need. Okay, for instance, like in the summertime when you have all these other floors, and they put like maybe they're throwing together bands on those other floors to
Sure.
fill space, right? But they're not always great.
Yeah.
So you're better off even having like a show like you on second floor, like a Tin Roof or
Yeah.
something. So would kill, bro.
Yeah.
Cause like when people are down there all week and they're getting beat by live music all the
Yeah,
time,
it's 100 decibels.
they would
all the time,
love.
just
They're like,
smack 'em in the
I would
face.
do that. I would sit at Tin Roof and eat quesadillas, stop by, and watch your show. Like people would eat that up. So it's like, but like you mentioned, you can do your show anywhere.
Yeah.
Which is like truly amazing. Like to be able to do that.
The great thing about Music Bingo is it's so customizable that I can literally do anything I want. I just did an all 80s night one night there. Man, that place was packed, body to body. There were probably 30 people dressed up in 80s gear.
Dude, I love a good theme.
And the music was
Big theme
absolutely
guy.
stellar. It was, yeah, themed ones. I did obviously I did a Halloween one that was okay. They were talking about wanting to do like a sock hop one, a 50s, 60s music thing, and I was like, yeah, that'd be boring as shit.
That'd be something.
Actually,
It'd be a show.
the 50s, 60s, 70s stuff is actually what I do in Florida, and it kills.
Oh, dude.
It kills.
Like,
Yeah. And
Well,
the
that's
it's-
all about
snowbirds
knowing
are-
your crowd.
yeah.
the
it's-
snowbirds are eating that up, dude.
Oh yeah, the girls down there, they just love me. Love me, love me, love me.
Yeah, go Hawks.
Go Hawks. So, anyway, back to, so you are in a band together, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, and you guys don't necessarily, like you said, you go everywhere from David Crowder to Disturbed.
Yeah.
So Nashville really isn't necessarily just country now.
I don't think it was ever just country.
Yeah.
I think the history is just country heavy.
Yeah.
I think rock's always been around.
It has, like, because I mean, you have, well, I mean, modern version would be, obviously the rock scene is pretty much the rock scene everywhere.
Yeah.
But
It-
Kings of Leon, like, that's why, like, even when I moved there 8 years ago, it's like if you, in my opinion, if you're like a local band and you're like, we should move to Nashville and do that there, like, you're just doing the same, that's not really the move, in my personal opinion. Like, playing like 5 spot, like in East Nashville, and
Yeah.
you're selling tickets, like, do that in your city and focus on like TikTok or something. Like,
Sure.
You know what I mean? But circling back to that, like he said, you know, it's Music City.
Music City.
So people, I don't know why people kind of miss but like he mentioned, it's the lore is so country. It's like Memphis, people think the blues, right? But there's everything there.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like kind of coined.
So, but I mean, they do have the Nashville Music Hall of Fame there,
Yep.
and it is pretty
Yeah.
much
Yeah, no, that's the history is very,
Yeah.
it's very like
100%.
the country is,
back when recording started.
Yeah.
Nashville was known for
Mhm.
yeah,
Like
and,
the
and
Opry.
it still is.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
the Grand Ole Opry
Yeah.
and stuff
the
like
church, Ryman, like, yeah.
So, but now there's a variety of music there. So, and I'm actually getting this out there because I want people to understand that if you want a vacation and you're thinking about where should I go, and if you're a music fanatic, you know, go to
Yeah.
Nashville. You'll be able to see several different kinds of
Yeah, I mean,
You can get your
you
fill
can-
within
you can
pretty
get your
quick.
classic country. We have a buddy, plays in a band, what is it? Satellites and Skylines.
Skylines and
Skylines and Satellites, yeah.
Okay.
And they're like, they'll do everything. Like
Yeah, you can see them
scream.
at Nudies, like,
they're so
their,
good.
our buddy Ethan Harb, like, he
Oh,
went
yeah.
viral on TikTok as like how to get fired from a gig.
See the drummer?
And he has like sound samples and stuff that
Yeah.
like, and they play at Nudies, they have like residency there. I think they're like, I could be wrong, but I think it's Sunday, Monday, and Saturday or something.
Okay.
But, yeah, like,
Yeah.
they are, in my opinion, the best at and they are focusing on like the heavy rock influence stuff. Like,
Nice.
you know, and now more than ever, like back when I moved here, it was 8 years ago, and it was like the first artist bar was like FGL, like Whiskey Row wasn't even open yet.
Okay.
And there's only so many stages you could play. I got very lucky with the people I met, and I was able to, like, now there's so many bars, but I guess what I'm getting back to is like, you could get away with doing more of everything now, but with like how many stages there are, you're almost better off just sticking to one like if you're gonna play classic country, like do not play at News, like go to Roberts or go to AJ's, because they need bands that are like, people are now going there for that
Yeah.
specific thing. Like if you want classic country, you can get it played at any bar.
Yeah.
But if you really want it,
You go to that.
go to Roberts, like go to
Okay.
AJ's.
Okay.
Like same with like Nudies. If you want that heavy, people are now knowing like if you want that heavy, like go to Nudies. Like there's certain bars now that are like Whiskey Row is a mix of everything, and that has to do with a lot of it is like Kaylee Green and like Nashville Cover Band and like
Sure.
other people that are doing everything from Bohemian Rhapsody to like, you know, Red High Heels. So
Yeah.
like
Okay,
they've
yeah.
you know, and shifted that bar into like it can be anything.
Nice.
So it's kind of different, but
Okay.
it is like you mentioned. If you love music, and that's where you should go.
Well, hey, I'm all about it. I mean, like I said, I experienced it on one of those nights where it was, you know, mass chaos. And to me, you know, it's funny because I'm a entertainer as well. I've been doing it for 34 years. I hate being in a crowd.
I get it.
Unless I have a microphone in my hand and an ugly jacket on, I hate being in a crowd. Except at a concert.
Mhm.
Concert music though.
Yeah.
But if I'm stuck
The claustrophobic. Yeah, I don't.
walking in the streets and there's elbow to elbow, shoulder to shoulder with,
Yeah.
with
It's not
me,
good.
I get real tense and I start to like I'm gonna kill somebody
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
But yeah, you get me with 20,000 screaming people at a concert and I'll go
Catching
right
elbows in the face.
I'll go
Don't
right into
care,
the pit. I'm 54.
Yeah.
I'll still go in the pit.
You know,
I don't care.
It's like hippie stuff, but I think, you know, vibrations are huge. Like,
Yeah.
if you're in a crowd and there's not really a goal, it's a lot different, like walking down the street, like, versus being in a show where we're all together sharing a love for a band that we all like. It's like, it's real. It's that hippie stuff, but I think that's what it could be.
Hey, you saw my license or my bumper stickers last night. I am a hippie. I am a hippie by heart. You know, I got
The black light.
I got
neon.
peace and
Yeah.
love tattoo on the arm. It's I always say my dad was a great influence on me because he was a hippie.
Same.
He had the little circle glasses. The
I
ones
think we
like
have the
John,
same dad, dude.
Probably my
Brother?
knowing my dad.
Go on.
And you know, he had curly hair, so he had the goofiest clothes. But then again, it was the 70s.
Do you have any pictures of him?
I don't have any pictures
On deck. I kinda wanna
here.
see it before,
Yeah, but that's my grandfather right there. That was the slickest man I ever met right there.
Smooth.
Yeah.
That dude was pulling.
Yeah, well, that's my grandmother right there. So,
Dang.
yeah.
Watch yourself, Mikey. You're talking about a man's grandma now.
I'm just trying to see, I thought I had
My
a
grandma.
picture of my dad. I don't have a picture of my dad here, unfortunately, no.
Some cool posters. Sorry, yeah, we're all like, I'm just
Oh,
like
no.
distracted looking around. Dude, there's some, yeah.
Yeah, this is a nice,
Oh, Ice Nine Kills, eh?
oh, I love Ice Nine Kills. That's actually, they're starting to become, now, did you know that Ice Nine Kills was actually a ska band before?
I
they-
didn't, but that makes total sense too.
Yeah, they were a complete 100% ska, Mighty Mighty Boss Tone ska. That exactly what they were for their first two albums, and then all
Are they
of a
on
sudden-
Tony Hawk?
They actually were on Tony Hawk.
Oh,
I
shit.
believe so. I actually downloaded off of Spotify onto my playlist everything that they did, and all of a sudden I hear this. Bam, 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 bam. I'm like, the fuck? And I look down. I'm like, oh shit, okay. But of course, they also did a song. They did a cover of "Come On Eileen," and they had that ska band playing on there with them. I don't remember who they are now. Anyway, so yeah,
I
Ice
want
Nine
to
Kills.
hear, remind me, I want to hear that, because I love that song.
Yeah, I'll play it on my phone for you because I don't have it in the CD player. It's either Come On, it's got to be Come On Eileen, because they did 3 covers, and all 3 of them were amazing. So anyway, yeah, Ice Nine Kills. I was really pissed because they were here with Metallica and Pantera and Wolfgang and
I think, was that the concert?
down at Target or US Bank Stadium. So Roger and Don, Tad
Yeah,
and Don.
because that's why I brought that up too, because I think they were at that show, and that's why.
They got bumped up to be in Levi LaValle's suite, so they called me and said, hey, if you can get to the cities, we got 2 tickets for the Metallica concert. While I was being an adult that weekend, I'm like, no, I gotta work Saturday. Even though I was the boss, I didn't really have to work. I could have just called in and said, I'm not gonna come in today. So, I passed on going to that, and then about an hour later, my sister calls me and says, hey, we had 2 people back out, you wanna go to Metallica? Like,
It's a sign.
it's a sign, but I didn't go, and I'm pissed because Dawn had never even heard of Ice Nine Kills. And
He loves them now.
she's like,
Yeah, I mean.
she basically said her jaw was on the floor. And I'm like, yeah, but that wasn't even their show. Their whole show was theatricals, their backdrops and everything. I said, they only got the opening slot. Just imagine what they could do on their own show. But yeah, Ice Nine Kills, great metal, horror, core band, if you wanna call it.
Yeah, it's very theatrical.
Yeah.
Like musical.
Very.
Musical-y.
Yes.
But it's good though. Like, and there's the time change. I never really listened to him till last night, really. I mean,
And then I found that other band, Wage War. Oh,
I've heard of them.
holy buckets, man. They are power. That's power metal right there. They just in your face.
I mean, Wage War is a perfect name for what they're playing.
Yeah.
Bleh, bleh, bleh.
And I'm a juggalo by heart. I love my ICP. I love ICP. That's starting
Starting
to be,
CP?
that's starting to become my new favorite band there, Shinedown.
Yeah, they.
That was
I
my
slept
first
on them.
concert.
Was it really?
Yeah.
I've seen them 3 times.
How was it?
I will travel around the world to see them play live. His voice is almost spot on to CD.
Yeah, oh, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, he's
You
ridiculous.
should hear it. Like, we've been doing 45, and Dallas is just, it still blows my mind. Like, even our first gig I played with them, we didn't play one rock song. And there was the second gig I played, like, someone called Back in Black. Go Hawks, go figure. And he's like, I was like, do you want to try it? And he's like, I'm down. Like, this song is so hot, and I've never heard him do
Well-
that. And he just belted. I'm like, what? And that,
That-
like,
And that's where my question was actually going once we started talking about Nashville. So you guys are in Nashville, but I want to know what you listen to when you're not studying a song. What are you listening to? What runs through your brain? It's like, you know what, today I'd really like to hear this, or what station, or what Sirius XM channel, or what's your Spotify playlist look like? I mean, I as another music fan, I always want to know what's on your playlists, because I've found a few bands when people are like, oh, have you heard this? I'm like, no, I haven't. Like, I'm sorry, but I don't like Sleep Token, but my kids just
Yeah.
absolutely are just infatuated with Sleep
We can
Token.
make a lot of people mad right now. I hate Creed.
Hey, but
Can't
you know
stand
what?
them.
That
But
that
it's
is
authentic though. At
It
least
is
he
true.
tried. He's not just like Creed is like the era where everyone's like Creed and Nickelback's like, dude.
I love Nickelback.
I
I don't
do.
care what anybody says.
Yeah, Nickelback's great.
You know what? And the other day, on the jukebox, it actually played a song off of The Curb, and it played a song off of their other album before they really made it. It doesn't sound anything like the shit they were playing when they made it. And it was like, holy cow, this is actually like good rock stuff.
Yeah, I mean, Chad's like the husband's so good, dude. Like,
Yeah. I mean, I understand they were very misogynistic. Their songs were pretty risque.
yeah, that's what I always
Yeah,
say.
but listen to any rock song.
Any rock song, it's gonna
Yeah.
be.
None of them were like, oh
hence-
yes, respect women, we
Yeah.
love them.
That's why
Sex, drugs, and rock and roll. I mean, those go hand in hand.
I wanted to make a
They
shirt.
never claimed to be good people.
No, I wanted to make a shirt that said, "Why is Chad Kroger so horny?" Something in your mouth, girl.
He's another one of those. You can kind of just mumble your way through his songs.
Every time somebody requests Nickelback, Mikey just goes in the mic and goes, yeah,
You're Nickelback, girl. I don't know. It's like a weird autistic clique, dude. Yep.
It's all right, man.
But
It's-
going back to
what's in your playlist?
What are you
do
listening to whenever you're just vibing out?
My tinnitus.
Yeah, I never say that about it.
Um,
Somebody want to pick up that phone, please? Jesus.
I mean,
It's ringing all the time.
for me, I'm gonna be dead honest with you. I don't listen to music really much anymore.
Really?
I don't. I get into a lot of like random podcasts. Like I'm not somebody
yeah,
that
I'm all about
I love
podcasts,
this
too.
podcast. I listen to this podcast. I'll just stumble upon some stupid clip on Facebook and I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna go listen to that
Yeah.
entire podcast. And I get into a lot of like methodology behind songwriting, or even like I don't know music theory, but I understand it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like I don't know it. If I can't have a conversation with anybody, I can't use any of the words. Can't tell you why, but it's in my head. Like I understand it, but I don't know it. If that makes sense. But I like to learn about it. But yeah, I mean, for me, I play 8 to 10 shows a week, so there's 40 hours of music right there.
There you go.
I work security at a bar, another 20 hours a week.
So also
there's-
while playing live
yeah,
music,
yeah.
listening to other people.
So
Yeah.
you're basically listening to what's playing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that, I mean, and that makes sense. I think I honestly got into a point in my life too when I was doing about 9-10 shows a week here, and I would actually, on the way home from the show, not even turn the radio on, just because it's like, okay, I think I've actually had my fill of music today, because I did,
Yeah.
Morning, wake up, listen to music, do your afternoon show, do some music and watch TV or podcasts or whatever, and then go do your evening show, and by the time 10 o'clock rolled around, I'm just like, fuck, I just want some quiet
Yeah.
for a minute. So that 15-minute drive back to the house after the shows was just silence.
Yeah.
She didn't talk, I didn't talk, we just sat there, and it's like, okay, good, show's over,
Yeah.
let's go home, relax.
Decompress.
And then I went home and turned the music on, just to decompress for the rest of the evening, but, so I understand that, because I'm a podcast fanatic. I watch more YouTube than I watch anything else.
That's my main
Yeah.
watching is YouTube for sure.
See, because I'm into aliens and
MTV
shit.
Unplugged.
Yeah.
Hey.
No, no.
I've never met anybody that loves MTV Unplugged as much as
I do. I'm obsessed with it.
I'm surprised we haven't
You know
talked
what?
about it yet.
Some of the best live performances
Oh, no,
were
you-
on Unplugged. Alice in Chains, Pearl Jam, STP, and I'm not gonna say Nirvana, because everybody talks about that, but that
I mean,
Nirvana,
it's pretty epic.
that Nirvana one was epic.
It is.
So
And the way he even
those-
swagged out, just like not even, he's just, I don't know.
Those 4 Unplugs to me were probably some of the best live music I ever saw.
I beat the Pearl Jam one to death.
Oh, I beat
I
the
beat it.
Stone Temple Pilots one to death.
Yeah.
Oh, killed it.
It's dead.
Yeah.
And I'm still
I
poking
can't-
at it.
You know that's Pearl Jam.
That's Pearl Jam.
You seen that video? The dude's getting arrested. And he's like, "Breathe in, like you will, man, come." You know that? You heard that? That's Pearl Jam.
into aliens and shit like that too, so I watch the Y-Files a lot. If you haven't seen the Y-Files, check out the Y-Files on YouTube.
Okay.
AJ and Hecklefish. He's got a sidekick. It's a goldfish that talks.
I have seen that.
Okay.
What was that on? Was it back in the day? Was it on Sci-Fi?
Yeah,
Something?
he had his own sci-fi channel.
That's what I was saying.
But it's
I haven't
it's a
seen all of
YouTube-
them, though.
Oh yeah, the
I just
Y-Files.
remember the fish.
We literally watch the Y-Files every night to go to sleep to it because he's got such a great tone of voice.
That's crazy.
I'm in.
Yeah.
Dude, we can put that on when we go ice fishing.
The Y-Files.
You fall asleep to alien stories?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I told you, I'm a freak. I'm a freak in nature here, man. Yeah, I'm all,
Oh,
dude. I am
shit.
complete conspiracy theorist. I
Dude,
I
I
believe
believe
every
100%.
everything that comes out of
Bro,
it. You know,
aliens are real. They
Actually-
are real. They've
actually-
FBI, yeah.
Actually, aliens aren't from another planet. Aliens are time travelers from the future. That's what they are.
I believe it.
Watch the Y-Files.
I'm going to.
You'll believe me.
I honestly have an open mind about all of it, like with that too. But I wouldn't like. I love going down rabbit holes.
Oh, then you'll get a lot of rabbit holes on the Y-Files. All right, so what are you vibing to then when you're not performing and
Dude, you know what's crazy? I guess a couple points. Like I love music, and I don't know how I would react if I worked as much as Dallas does down there. Cause like, if I had to play like 8 to 10 shows and sit in a bar and listen to people playing,
yeah?
I don't know.
I
Maybe
wonder if I pull up my Spotify, I can tell you the last song I got requested that I learned. It's probably still sitting on there.
Dude, but I've been doing lately. Well, last year I got a sound system in my Jeep,
Nice.
and I've been broke my whole life being a musician, and I finally bought my dream vehicle, and I had some retail therapy, and I got a sound system put in, but then when I would take the top off in the summertime and you go in the highway, can't really hear it.
No.
So I ended up biting a bullet and putting like a huge pontoon outdoor sound system for a boat
Oh,
into
geez.
it. Cause like the sound dude was like, dude, why don't we just put a boat speaker system in it then? I'm like, well, yeah, cause like they're made for whenever you're in an open lake, all
Yeah.
the wind, and it's open air.
You got an engine going.
Yeah, and so when I put that in there, and you have everything closed in, like I can't turn it up the whole way.
No.
Cause it's just like, raw! But like being able to put on those records of like the Eagles or Tom Petty, like
Yeah.
from back in the day and going to Spotify like, and doing the enhanced sound thing and just sitting there and I sit there and mix it in and it's like, it sounds like if you close your eyes, like I'm in the room with them. It is that good. I've never experienced music, and that's what makes me like really keep enjoying it. Cause like you mentioned earlier, like where was that part?
That's what
Like,
that room is
and
for,
that's what,
man.
but that's basically like your system is like what's in my Jeep. Like if you put that in, it's like it's epic. It just makes it sound so good. That's what's really difficult for me when I play downtown, because some of these mixes that we get with our in-ear. So if people that don't know, like if you ever see like people that have the headphones in when they're
Yeah.
playing, like what is that? Well, that's like the way we hear ourselves now.
Yeah.
So we can pick and choose what we're putting in our mix. So like maybe some drums here, bass. We all have different things we like. Unfortunately, with like the technology we have too with guitar, I mean, you can get it to sound pretty close with a mic, but it's still not the same.
No.
Like as if I sat in my room and I had AV 2 amps and I went into Logic and I recorded the way I want. Like I don't get to really hear my guitar tone the way I like. It's more brittle than I would like. So like,
Sure.
but I need it to be that sometimes too when I'm playing stuff I don't know. But if music sounded like what our mixes are, because we're at the one of our sound men too. Thank God we have a core group at like Whiskey Row.
Yeah,
Like our Cody sound
Chad's
dude.
West.
Like
there's-
everyone there, like yeah, literally the whole staff between the bartending and the servers and like the sound engineers, it's it's like
missing
home.
one.
Nice.
Missing one.
What?
Who else?
And security. Yes, I did. Also shout out to Brad too and Dallas.
Security is the big.
Dude, like Brad for instance, like one of the most selfless people I've ever met, and is so loving and just so supportive, and you just don't get that at other bars. Sometimes you do.
Yeah.
There are gems everywhere,
Yeah.
But like Whiskey, it is like home, and I'm very blessed. But circling back to the music thing too, if if music sounded like what my in-ears sound like, I wouldn't listen to it.
Yeah, dude.
You know, and it sounds really dumb,
Yeah.
but that's where it's like, and I talked to Drew too. It's like sometimes we get caught up, but we do remember like it is a job,
Yeah.
right? So it's kind of, it can be mentally challenging to separate when you love something so much. It's like getting your favorite piece of pizza and eating it with saran wrap on it.
Yeah. Oh, no. Trust me.
That's so fucking good.
I've never even said that before, but
That's so good.
That is the perfect analogy for it, because like when I'm doing music bingo, like the last night's show, I know what I want it to sound like coming out of those speakers, and that's why I was over there tweaking it all, because I'm just like, but to the normal lay ear, it sounds fine.
100%.
But to me, it's
But
just
it's
like,
like-
nope, the highs are too high. Go there, you turn it down.
100%.
Oh, fuck, they're too low now.
Yeah.
But what you have, and I say, I can't tell you have it, but like in theory, the way that you can feel music,
Yeah.
I've just discovered like there is terminology for it, and like I said, I don't know, I barely know theory. I barely
I
know
don't
numbers.
know shit about theory.
The best way to do it is like I always go do re mi fa sol la ti do. It's just 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 1.
Yeah.
And those are how we chord. That's our communication for chord changes. But I mean, there's a lot more to it than that. But going back to music and stuff, and why you're sitting there tweaking, and like you have probably relative pitch, and it's because, and same, it's just like a way of like you know what it should sound like.
Yeah.
And it's frustrating.
It is. It's,
Especially when you really, really love it.
I love that
and you
piece
know
of
what it
pizza.
can be. Exactly. Right? But then
Fucking
sometimes
saran
you
wrap.
gotta eat the saran wrap.
You gotta go with saran wrap to get to the good.
But
the
when you
goodness.
break through the saran wrappy layer, it's still pizza
Yeah.
in the middle.
It
It
it's,
just sucks a little bit.
Nobody complains at my shows about the highs being too high or the lows being too low, and nobody's doing one of these things when the music's playing.
No.
So I know
It
this-
sounded genuinely great.
Oh,
like,
thank you.
But we are on the spectrum a little bit.
Yes,
And it
I'm,
sucks.
I'm very
It's
high
mental.
spectrum.
It's all
Yeah.
mental, dude.
Yeah.
Just like I'll cut 1,000 songs from Music Bingo, and then I'll listen to them and go, fuck, that sounds like shit. And then she'll go, it sounds fine. I'm like, no, it's muddy. She's like, it's not muddy. It's muddy. It's not muddy. And then I'll let it go, and then I'll play it at Music Bingo and go, yeah, all right, she's right.
Okay,
She's right.
and adding to that too, like, I heard with Pink Floyd, like David Gilmour would sit there and he would take 3 takes in a solo, and if it didn't work, he just stopped.
Yeah.
And there's been years, like back in my old band, I've been in a band for 9 years, and like I'd be in the studio, and I'd be like, hit a solo, and I'd be like, and that could be better. Second pass, I'm like, hell yeah. And then there's another day where I'm in there like, and I'm in there for like an hour and a half, just like botching, like overthinking.
Yeah.
And every time, the best shit I've ever done is like, I mean, that I judge is like when I just show up and I'm like, where did that even come from?
Yeah.
And it's like, that's the mental thing, and it's hard, dude, like.
Well, and as you saw as part of my show last night, there's a little comedy involved there too. So we were talking about how you have to be on your best at all times, you know, and stuff like that. And that's why I quit drinking, is because I can't drink and do the show at the same time.
Yeah.
They're two different people. It's a completely different show. It's Andrew Dice Clay playing Music Bingo.
He's like
Oh!
he's goated,
Oh!
dude. Like I can't do it either. Like
You can.
But-
I couldn't steer shit
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
I could, you know what I mean? I could like sing and like entertain, but I couldn't like, guys, we're doing this. So what do you guys want to hear? Oh, and like doing all
Yeah.
that, like I would fall the fuck apart.
See,
Too
I
much.
have to have that quick wit. One of my favorite comedians right now, of course, Matt Rife. Matt Rife is
Oh,
killing
dude,
it.
his
His one-timers, his off.
It's
I
undefeated.
protected him once.
Really?
Right?
No way. That's so sick.
He is absolutely, yeah, I see him and I go, God, you know, I can actually do that because I do that. I'm just not as good as he is.
Yeah, but
I have to come
it's
up with it.
reps.
Yeah.
Like if you were
A lot of
on
it's
Loud
like
and
flow
Out.
state, like too, like, cause there's nights where like, you know, I'll be on stage and, you know, singing, I never feel like I do bad. I always feel like I'm good. But there's nights where I'm just, I cannot do any wrong. If there's a note
Oh.
in the song, I'm gonna hit it, no problem. I'm gonna hit it with balls, like
Yeah, there are
that's-
moments.
That's like with the Back in Black thing. Like I never sang that song before, and Mike was like, "Oh, dude, I think you can do it." And I was like, "I mean, fuck it, let's do it. I'll send it." And then I just sent it, and I was like, "Oh shit, I can do this." And then like same thing, like I make it a point in my shows, like if somebody requests a girl song, I will play it in the same key that the girl plays it in, and it's like a safe area for me to be like, I'm gonna see where I can go with this.
Yeah.
But I tell them before, I'm like, yeah, this is the same key the girl does it in. So if I fuck up, it's funny. They're like, it's dumbass.
Yeah.
But
dumbass.
dude,
Like there's a 300-pound bearded man singing,
For context,
"Man, I Feel Like a Woman."
he's singing Journey in E. So record key. Like standard E.
Yeah.
In Nashville, most people play everything half step down to save the
Okay.
voice. And there's girls I play with that do that song in half step down in D. So like a step and a half down. And he's singing E.
Holy
And the
shit.
girls are struggling in that. And it's no flack, but like I'm just saying as an example,
Yeah.
he is like, out of all the people I played with in town or even heard, truly like one in a million. And I genuine.
I noticed that the first time I met the guy.
It's insane.
He's got it's the charisma about him as well. He's
Go Hawks.
go Hawks.
Full gear. Heel.
So one last thing I want to talk about, and it's because this song means a lot of things to a lot of people. Is of course I want to talk about the We Wave. I want to know. I want you to tell the people on camera. You know, I know you've told this story 1,000 times, and I'm sorry, but to me that is probably one of the greatest songs that I've ever heard in my life. And just for not only the meaning of it, but I mean how you perform that song. So give our audience a little bit of love about your We Wave, where it came from, and the inspiration behind it.
Yeah, actually, funny enough, I started writing that song here in Minnesota.
Really?
Yeah, it was because I met you before I started playing music at all.
Yes, you did.
I hadn't even picked up a guitar. Like people knew I sang, but I mean that's
Yeah.
high school choir. It's like,
Sure.
but yeah, I was up here. We were out on one of the Crow Wing Lakes. And
Yeah, don't say the number.
No. It's so funny. I tell people, I'm like, I'm going fishing up in Minnesota. They're like, oh, what lake? I'm like, I'm not telling
We
you.
ain't telling you where we go.
I go, yeah, we're going near Brainerd.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to Menards?
Yeah, we're gonna go on 16th and a half Crow Wing.
Yeah. But yeah, we're out on the lake, and just kind of the intro of the song, it's a cool fall morning on a Saturday.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, dude, that's like a really good painting a picture. So before we got off the boat, I had the first verse written to the song. I called my brother Todd. I don't think you've ever met Todd, but
I don't think I have.
he actually was like kind of why I got into guitar. He was like my best friend in high school. He ended up living with us. Like great dude, but he grew up around music. Like he played cello, played guitar. Like he was very musically inclined. And when I had my back injury, I started getting the guitar. And
Sure.
that was just something, we did together. And he taught me a few things and all that. But I got back, I sat down with him, and I think 30 minutes, maybe, song was done.
Amazing.
Like, it was one of those things where it just kind of, it was there, we just had to find it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we didn't write it, we found it, if that makes sense?
That 100%.
Like, because, you've been in a lot of writers' rooms, and a lot of times you'll fight over a line for 30 minutes trying to make it perfect.
Yeah.
And there's only 2 songs I've ever wrote where, I get done with it, I go back and I visit it a week or 2 later, and because I always revisit my songs, I'm like, if this sounds great, it's done, I'm gonna come back to it with a fresh mind.
Yep.
And revisit it. This song, I came back and visited. I was like, yep,
It's
done. Like,
And for those of you that don't know what the We Wave is about. Of course, tell them what happens.
Yeah. So the inspiration behind the song was the end of the first quarter wave that we do up to the Children's Hospital at Kinnick Stadium, and I actually wrote that the year following the first wave.
Yeah.
So that was the year I started playing guitar, and it's so cool, just seeing the just pureness of it.
Yeah.
Like a lot of stuff like that to me just seems so superficial, and like it's like, oh yeah guys, let's all wave up to the Children's Hospital so we can feel better about ourselves. I don't feel that with
No.
this, because opposing teams come in. Like I remember what was it, we were playing
Indiana, wasn't it? No.
yeah, and they made a whole video. Like
Yeah.
they took time out of their lives to make a video for it.
Yeah.
And I just, and it was a Facebook post
Yeah.
that started the whole thing. Like it wasn't like the Children's Hospital being built up over was Coach Ferentz pushed for that very hard. And I don't know if people know that. Like Coach Ferentz wanted that. Like a lot of people, they'd be like for instance, if there's a parking garage that overlooks the stadium, like people get mad because they're not getting money from that.
Sure.
And for the head coach of a football team to be like, no, I want that. I want the kids to be able to see it. Like that's so cool.
That is very
And
cool.
And then this is why I love Coach Ferentz so much, because nobody knows that. Nobody knows that. He never like went on record, saying, yeah, I support this. I wanted this to happen. Like
Yeah.
he doesn't get any credit for how much he does and how far above and beyond he goes in scenarios where he gets nothing.
Yeah.
Like, and that's so important. Like, this is what I was getting at. Like, you see the people that are like, go up and they're like, I gave a homeless man $100.
Yeah.
Like, you're not a good person for that.
No, you're a bad person
Yeah,
for that.
yeah. Like, you did a good thing, yeah, but you're not doing it for the right reasons.
You're
And
getting it for Facebook views,
yeah,
YouTube views.
and people like Coach Ferentz are doing it for the good.
Yeah.
And that's what's so cool about the whole
Well,
scenario.
so what happens is everybody in the stadium turns around.
Yeah,
and they
sorry, I
wave.
keep getting sidetracked.
That's all right, no.
Yeah.
And then of course the floors are all filled
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
the
I think
kids,
from-
the kids all wave back.
I think from the 7th floor up, they can see
Okay.
on into the. So there's 12 floors. The 12th floor is like the viewing deck where on TVs, ESPN's up there.
Yeah.
But there's hospital rooms underneath that floor where
Sure.
people are they're in there, like
Yeah.
they're getting their treatment. They're on the machines, like,
Yeah, I see.
and it's one of the coolest things ever.
I've never seen a live game at Kinnick Stadium, but watching it on TV and of course seeing you on the field, not only as a player but coming back to be able to actually be there
It's pretty epic.
when your song played.
Yeah.
You may not realize it, Dalles, but you've touched a lot of people's lives,
Mhm.
and we're not done yet with the podcast. I'm not going to have that gigantic climax and then go, good night, we're done. So for those voices that never had a chance to say thank you for that song, thank you. You did a great thing with that song. So, not getting choked up, I'm actually dry. I'm not used to talking this much in the daytime. So back to the band thing here. I want to get one last thing out here. Now, what is the name of the band that you guys perform as?
You can go for that.
Yeah,
Oh.
he did enough talking for 15 minutes there.
So it's the Glizzy Band,
The Glizzy Band.
and it's in honor of our buddy Trent Glisson, who passed away.
Okay.
Trent was one of the first people I met when I moved to town, and he's one of the first people that believed in me. First gig I played with him was an accident because his guitar player just it was a double book, just miscommunication, wasn't there, honky tonk.
Sure.
He's like, I played before him, super green. It's like my first month in town, and he's like, dude, can you play with my gig? And I'm like, I can, but dude, I'm very new. Like I can pull up Ultimate Guitar, tabs, and hold on.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, let's do it. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, it was like terrifying, but he always made me feel like if I messed up, he'd just be over there smiling, like, just like joking, like laughing with me.
Yeah.
Not like ever judging me, and that has always stayed with me too, of like how a true leader should be on stage as well, you know? And if you have, wait till after the show to talk about stuff, but like he's not, yeah, but long story short, well, not long story short, but
Short story long.
short story long, yes.
Long story longer.
I'm all about this, man. Don't worry about it, man. This room is for talking.
I appreciate it, dude, but, cause I definitely can,
You have gone a few different curves in the road here on me, but that's
100%.
all right.
Yeah.
He put that bitch in four-wheel drive. He's driving the cornfields right now.
I've managed to wheel us back in
Yeah.
very, very slowly, but we've got there.
Yeah, I try to.
So the Glizzy Band,
well,
named after your
Buddy
big
Trent, cause like it was Trent Glisten.
Yeah.
And then in the Glizzy, and I was like, we should do the Glizzy Band, cause it's just funny meme culture stuff.
Sure.
But an interesting connection of why I believe like everything meant for you will never miss you.
Yeah.
There's people that I met in town and I had distance away from, and I'm right back to where I was, so. Anyways, the first song, I was like, what's the first song that's it? And he's like, it's My Kind of Party.
Jason LD.
Yeah, and
Good track.
Brantley, and they co-wrote that stuff too, and it's like, and he sang that part to me. I've never even heard that song, because I didn't really know country till I moved to
Sure.
Nashville. So he's like, I'm like, well, okay, what key are we in? I was like, oh, E, and I'm like, okay. And I did it, and I sang, and then flash forward, I just got off the road touring with like Tyler Braden, and we were on tour with Brantley Gilbert.
Nice.
And Brantley Gilbert's guitar player got sick, and I got to sit in with him at Wild Horse before it turned into Cat 10.
No shit.
And they offered me that position, but I just did not want to tour anymore.
Yeah.
But it was, and then as soon as that started going, like, I quit a group I was with, and Trent was in another bar circuit. I was like, dude, we just quit this gig. Do you want to like come with us? And we just stole him from another bar circuit, and we made a band
Okay.
with it was Trent, my buddy Dean Purificato, who I toured with, and he moved back with his fam, but he's down in the Carolinas now.
Okay.
And our drummer Wes. And Trent passed away last year. It was this past year was like brutal, because I had to go back through the trenches, like, and like really be in bars and other things that just weren't aligning with me.
Yeah.
And going back to what we talked about with the music thing, like whenever just nothing sounds right,
Yeah.
you start to question, what's the point?
Been there a few times over the last couple of weeks even, man.
And that's human. And there's always gonna be like, and I've learned, just like shift always positive, and if you really focus on, like I said, what's meant for you will never miss, and really putting stuff truly in God's hands, and not, like, for instance, like Dallas, and going back to the homeless thing, like, or announcing a deed.
Yeah.
It's the same equivalent of like me going to church for a long time and not praying behind closed doors.
Yeah.
I'm here. You can see me at church,
Yeah.
and I post a story,
Yeah.
but I'm not doing it at home.
No.
But now I'm doing it both,
Yeah.
and that's the difference, like.
That has always been a big thing of mine is, I can pray anywhere in my house just as well as I pray in a church. I don't need
Yeah,
to go.
you don't-
I
you
don't
don't
need to
to
go there and
church.
show people that I'm a good person because I go to church on Sunday.
100%.
Cause
That's not the point.
you sit on Saturday and church on Sunday. I think that was in a couple of country songs in
Yeah.
the last 10 years.
That's why people get pushed away from the church, right?
Yeah,
And
I
I'm not
got
big-
pushed away because of the
Hypocrisy.
hypocrisy and the backstabbing that goes.
100%.
And I was just like, you know what, I don't need any of you, cause God can hear me sitting on the toilet just as well as he hears me sitting in your pew.
100%.
So that, and I don't really follow any actual organized specific religion. I'm not Lutheran, I'm not Catholic. I'm more of a spiritual guy. I believe in a higher power. I believe in, the way things are supposed to be is the way things are. I can't change anything. The minute I was born, I already had my death dates certified for me by God himself, so I'm gonna try to live every life to the best I can.
That's all we
every
can
day,
do, right? And it's like lead by example, and just be a good person in the community, and be like a rock, and don't be the guy that's on the sidewalk telling everyone they're going to hell.
Yeah.
lead by showing up and being a good person every day, consistently, even when it's bad, even when it's like, it's hard, you know, but circling back, it all kind of coincides and they all comes together because like, in another very similar situation, in that same month, I was playing Rippy's Rooftop. I was playing with a guy named Chris Lee, and I knew his co-front, Kara Smith. And Chris Lee is now, we have an outdoor fishing company and we fish all the time together.
Nice.
And I play with him. That's why I had to fly home, because I just started playing with him again.
Okay.
Like full time. So I didn't want to leave him hanging, and we're gonna go, yeah. So like, this first month in town, like with Trent, I met, and Chris Lee, who, and at the time, the bass player that night was our buddy Drew Lambert, who's in the Glizzy band now.
Okay.
And I haven't played with, like, I tried getting Drew to go on tour originally with the guy, with Tyler, when I was like, with that, but he had too many commitments in town.
Sure.
And it's a lot, and he's a dad too, and it's again, like touring life is hard. But circling back to all that too, now that the Glizzy band is like, and what's meant for you will never miss. But like, having Drew there now,
Yeah.
and having Wes, I genuinely thought I would never get to play Glizzy band ever again.
Sure.
And there was a day, something just like sparked, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna call Wes and talk to him a bit. And I'm just talking, venting, and like, dude, we have to do something.
Yeah.
Like, we're both, at the time that Trent passed away, his other band just broke up too.
Oh, jeez.
So he went through it, a lot, and we're both like, dude, we can't, we're drowning here.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, hear me out. And we just started talking about some people. I was like, who do you think we can get? And I was like, honestly, dude, originally I thought about Chris Lee, but he's playing too much, and like, cause he's the only one I know that can even like do all the country and rock stuff too.
Yeah.
And I mentioned that, but then like the week before I called him, I played that gig on the second floor and he sang Back in Black.
Mhm.
Cause I was like,
Mhm.
you sure you can do this pretty high? And then he, off the mic, Dalles was just like, okay, and did that. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
we're doing it.
We're doing it.
Buckle up. And
Buckaroo.
I told Wes, I was like, what up? And he's like, dude, I mean, I'm down to try it. And I didn't even like call him to even confirm before I even asked Dallas. But I just was, I don't even know what I was doing that day, but I ended up walking up on the second floor, and Cody was there, and Dallas is right there. And I walk up, I'm like, hey dude, I was like, do you want to join the Glizzy band? And he's like, immediately, I
said, I can't say no to that.
Yeah, I can't say no to that.
Say no to
That's
that,
not
man.
something you can say no
Like,
to.
and it wasn't even, it was so immediate, and I was like, let's give it a shot. And I texted Case and our buddy, and I was like, dude, I think it's time for a revival.
There you
And
go.
he's like, lock it. And that's another thing too, just like Jam Factory is a booking in town, and it is such a family and honor to work with them. And they are
Nice.
truly, genuinely like the best thing for the music community.
Yeah.
Like,
This is who, the Jam Factory?
yeah,
Jam
like
Factory,
Ryan
yeah.
Walega and,
Okay.
you know, it even goes back to like Whiskey and like Ward Gunther too. Like,
Yeah.
even whenever he started, he was the original booking for Whiskey Row, and like Ward is obviously has his own, you know, radio show on Apple Music now. And he's like Whiskey Jam, which you've never heard, if you've ever heard of Whiskey Jam, but it's like the biggest, like, the writers round, it's like the one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone, that's like the rite of passage. Like you do the Whiskey Jam before, and then it's the rite of passage. But like that, we are so lucky to be surrounded by so many loving and genuine people, because the industry there's givers and takers in the
Yeah.
world. Unfortunately, 90% of people you meet in any big city
Yeah.
is people that are stepping on you. Don't get me wrong, that can work. It can work, but it's not the way I'm gonna live my life.
No.
I would rather fail than take advantage of people like that.
Yeah.
And my dad taught me that, it's having core influence. But cycling back to all the thing about the Glizzy band stuff, like, it's a band.
Okay.
And most people down there aren't bands. It's like a front and there's hired guns.
Yeah. That's.
And it's like, but you gotta know your lane.
Yeah.
And there's certain musicians that try to be and take away from the front, and that's why they don't
Oh.
get to work. And they're
So,
great.
Like Jack Black in School of Rock.
Yeah, yes. Right? Literally, that's a perfect analogy.
13.5 minute guitar solos.
Yes.
They gotta go.
Yes,
Okay.
100%.
All right, so
But they're phenomenal, but like, I'm getting at, but there are some fronts that want you to
yeah,
be more of a front.
sure.
So it's like, you have to be able to analyze, like, there are certain gigs, like Dallas, for instance, I don't have to sing one single song, or even front with him, but I do help.
Yeah,
But with other people, I've been like co-front. There's been gigs, like over the last year, I remember I played a show at Luke Bryan's, and it's a country band.
yeah.
And 3 songs in, some dude requests Animals by Nickelback. And I'm like, yeah, literally, I did that jokingly. He's like, dude, you can do it? I'm like, no, but for $100 I'll try it. And like, it was, that guitar part insane, and dude, like there's so many words, and it's like rapping, and obviously it was my flubbed out version, but I was selling it with that voice, playing it completely wrong, right? But the crowd loved it. And going back to the line of entertainment,
Yeah.
it is a complete disconnect
Yeah.
from musical talent. There is a
Oh.
complete difference. And I'm telling you, dude, go, if you want to add to that.
Well,
too.
we were talking about that in the Jeep on the way to Reed's today. We were talking about David Lee Roth.
Oh, yeah.
Not a great singer by any means, but as a frontman, top 5 all time.
Absolutely.
Because he commanded the audience's attention, even though he had the greatest guitar player in the world playing behind him. They were okay with that. Eddie didn't want to be the spotlight, except for when he did his guitar
Exactly.
solos. He'd come out, do his guitar solo, and then he would
You
just
step back in the dark.
Step back
With a
in the
little
dark.
cigarette.
All David Lee Roth. It was all the smoke and mirrors out front with David Lee Roth. I want to know who you think is the #1 frontman, GOAT. The GOAT. Who's the GOAT of all time as frontman? Mine is actually on this board.
Man, I'm gonna have to go. It's kind of tough.
It's not Lita Ford, by the way.
I mean, she's amazing.
It's not Dolores.
I was gonna. It's tough. That's really hard for me to. Eddie Vedder
Oh.
or
Okay.
Scott Stapp.
So I know you're not going to say Scott Stapp because you hate Creed, but Dallas, who do you think is the greatest front person of a band?
You know, it's crazy. I've never been a music guy my entire life.
Okay.
I've been to a handful of concerts. But I'm the entertainment side. Like I'll go to a show, I'll shut my eyes and I'll just fucking soak it in.
Yeah, kind of like you did in Zen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, I best stage presence.
Yeah, there you go.
Because there's a difference between like, there's entertainment, there's stage presence.
True.
Yeah.
There's one person in this entire world that can walk on stage right here,
Yep.
plant his feet, fucking sing, and capture every single fucking person that can hear him. Chris Stapleton.
Oh.
Like,
You know what? No, hey, you know what?
Yeah.
All he has to do is just, that's an absolutely great answer. Chris Stapleton does command an audience's attention.
yeah, and
When,
Just an acoustic.
there's no theatrics to it. It's just like,
Neil Young's like that too. That would be
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
my like Stapleton for me too. Like
mine is this gentleman right here.
Prince.
Yeah, greatest frontman of all time. I saw him in 1984 with Sheila E. Actually, that poster that's behind you on the wall right there with the time and Sheila E. I actually was at that. That was my Christmas present that year. My dad got
that's
me
so
tickets.
epic. I mean, even look at the.
I was 13 years old, and it was the greatest night of music at that time. Because of course I've had one or two that are really close, but I mean, as a Prince fanatic living in Minnesota, I knew Prince music way before Purple Rain. I was all about I had an aunt who was fascinated with Prince, so since the '79 album that came out, I've been listening to him with her, so I fell in love with Prince. I think he's the greatest entertainer of all time. I mean, the guy could play any instrument.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. Like the Guitar Gently Weeps like video
Oh.
where he throws the guitar into the rafters and it disappears, like because
Yeah.
the dude caught it. You ever see that? Like they're all like they're doing a tribute, and like Tom Petty. It's all so many guitar players.
There's
do that.
Tom Petty,
Prince, was it Jeff Lynne?
Jeff Lynne.
Uh,
There were 5 guitarists on stage.
Yeah, Eric Clapton.
Clapton was there, and one other.
was it Mike
6.
Campbell?
I think, and then Prince came out at the end.
Yeah, he came out at the end and just like destroys.
Shredded.
Right?
Just
Yeah.
shredded.
Like one hand tapping and then literally throws the guitar up and like walks off stage.
Yeah, it
Like,
was
into the air.
mic drop
Yeah.
with a guitar.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Like
It's all over YouTube.
I'm not a huge Prince fan of his music, like, but I can
Sure.
admire that. But that's because I also, to be fair, I haven't really given him that much of a chance. I like, obviously, Purple Rain.
Yeah,
It's to me, it's like,
it's overplayed.
but it's like the wagon
So-
wheel of
Yeah.
that thing.
It's well overplayed.
But I get it. But I don't like, in Kiss, that's a banger.
That's a
and
banger.
but really, Pussy Control, I think is the only other one I even have heard. Really.
So if you go back and listen to his earlier stuff like Delirious and I Want to Be Your Boyfriend and there's just so many before Purple Rain.
Yeah, I'm gonna dive
His
a little bit.
earlier catalog was a lot more funk based.
Like more Kiss.
More like Parliament and it's hard to understand. You have to go back and listen to it. So I think I've kept you two here long enough today because honestly, this conversation could continue for another 4 hours, and this isn't Joe Rogan podcast. So I cannot sit for 3 hours in the same spot except Zenden. So I want to say thank you to you guys for stopping by the podcast today, and of course, if you ever get to Nashville, of course, give them a shout out where you guys play so they can come and check you guys out.
Yeah, we're at Whiskey Row, Wednesday 7 to 10, Friday and Saturday 11 to close. You can catch the Glizzy Band there.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
Good time. I know somebody from the north went down there during spring break and they saw you. Was that
I know the Quackies came down
Milwaukee's came down and so
a couple
did,
months ago.
yeah, came down to
Um,
see you guys play.
Yeah, oh, and, I can't think of the name. Yeah, anyway.
Yeah, there was a
Yeah.
couple of, but they've gotten to
Yeah.
see you play down there.
Yeah.
That's amazing, man. So
Sean and Amy
Dude,
Clark.
Sean and
Thank you
Amy
for
Clark,
having us.
yeah. Thanks for coming in, guys.
Thank you. Pleasure.
Let's go hang out in the Zen Den for a little while and
Deal.
relax.
Go Hawks.
Go Hawks!
Oh.
Dude, that was awesome.
That was 1 hour.